Welcome to the Rocky Report, brought to you by First Interstate Bank, Montana Honda and Marine, the Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW, Opportunity Bank, and your local Ford stores. And now from the campus of Rocky Mountain College, here's your host, Bruce Parker.
Hi, and welcome to the Fortin Education Center on the campus of Rocky Mountain College. I'm Bruce Parker with this week's Rocky Report. We have lots of highlights from football, volleyball, soccer, you name it, we're going to show it to you this week. It's been a great week of athletics at Rocky Mountain College. We're going to have some coaches join us, Brian Armstrong and Laurie Kelly, and Young, the outstanding volleyball player, also makes an appearance on our show this week. That and much, much more up next. Stay with us on the Rocky Report.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good, because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
As a driven business owner, you want to pursue your dream, not worry about administrative chores, employee benefits, and HR. With Avitas Group, you don't have to. We'll provide the solutions you need. Everything from payroll and taxes to online marketing and IT. For each and every operational need, Avitas Group has an entire team of diverse, specialized professionals. Follow your dream. Leave the logistics to us.
And let's go to our highlights and Mike Stephenson from Color 8 TV.
A huge week of sports for Rocky Mountain College. We begin with the Battling Bears football team visiting number 2 Carroll College early on in this one. Just 2.5 minutes into the game, Mac Roche over to Jordan Pine. He gets behind the defense. It's 7-0 Saints. Rocky's turn. Bryce Baker on the quarterback keeper. Ball comes out, but he's ruled down by contact. That would lead to a field goal. 7-3 in the second. Baker looking for Andre McCullough. It's broken up and picked off by James Dowgan. Later in the second, Roche this time handing it off to Dustin Rinker, and he is a handful. He is off to the races behind the defense and down the sideline. Corey Bummer hustling for the tackle, but it was all Carroll in this one as the Saints run away with it 27-10. Rocky drops to 5-5 on the year. Rocky Soccer playing host to the unaffiliated group tournament. The Battling Bear men drawing Carroll in the first round. We picked this one up in the second half. Bears up 1-0 until Arturo Valle with the free kick for the Saints. It's 1-1. Later in the second, Mikey Wall on his own free kick. Jack Clancy is there unmarked on the far post. Heads it into the far left corner. Just like that, Battling Bears up 2-1. Under 5 minutes to play, Saints trying to equalize. Wall called for a handball inside the box. That's a penalty kick. Take another look. Appeared to have those hands back. You be the judge. Here comes Carroll. Valle takes advantage on the PK. It's 2-2. We're going to sudden death extra time early on in the first extra period. This time Carroll penalized in the box. A handball called on Jacob Groh. Looked like the ball hit him in his rear end. Again, you be the judge. Either way, it's a penalty kick for Clancy, and it's your game winner. The Bears moving on after the 3-2 win. The Battling Bears then moved on to play Jamestown in Friday's semifinals. Early on in the first half of this one, here come the Jimmies. Jack Humphreys, a rocket of a shot, and it's 1-0. Guys in orange. Second half, they're now up 2-0. Bad clearance from Jamestown, though, on the free kick. The ball falls to Tanner Wolf. He hits a great one. That makes it 2-1. Later, Wolf scores again. Just 2 minutes later, ties the game at 2. Then later on, Zach Wall with the long flip throw. How about that? It's a bad clearance again from Jamestown. The ball falls perfectly once more to who? Wolf. He gets the hat trick, and he puts Rocky up 3-2, but Jamestown not done. Free kick, Jacob Scott Hatherley. Yes, over the wall and in. The match is tied at 3. We're in the 88th minute, and it's the freshman Matthew Thomas by his defender. The left footer is good, and that is the match. With under 2 minutes to play, Rocky wins it 4-3. They advance to play for a trip to the NAIA National Tournament. Meantime, the Rocky women had a bye to the semifinals. Lady Bears hosting Carroll Friday. This one a defensive struggle. Battling Bears on the attack, but Danielle Turley makes the save off the header. This time Rocky with some defense. Missy Schultz comes up big to keep this one scoreless. Second half, Rocky with the corner kick, but Turley punches that attempt out. This game went the distance and then some. A shootout goes to Rocky 4-3. So the Lady Battling Bears also playing for a trip to the NAIA National Tournament. Rocky Volleyball finished the program's most successful regular season with 2 more sweeps over conference foes Montana Tech and Carroll College. Battling Bears finished Frontier play at 14-0. They dropped just 2 sets the entire conference season. That dominance producing the program's first Frontier title since the year 2000. They also head into the postseason as the #1 team in the nation. It's a mark they've held for almost the entire year. That postseason run begins this week at the Frontier Conference Tournament in Butte. And we finish with some Battling Bears basketball. Yes, it's back. Rocky hosting crosstown rival MSUB, and this was a good one. Momir Goderick early in the second half for the Jackets. That ties the game at 38, but just minutes later, Tyree Anderson on the breakaway. He's the Frontier Conference preseason player of the year. That ties the game at 42. Here comes MSUB. Austin Hudson in the paint. That would cut Rocky's lead to just 1 midway through the second half. Here comes Rocky Anderson for 3. It's no good, but Taylor Longo is there on the putback. Battling Bears up by 8 and adding to it. Here comes Malachi Roberts down the middle, throws it down. That is filthy. But then with less than a minute left, Rocky's lead just 5 now. Antoine Hosley, cold-blooded. The left-handed 3-ball is good. And just like that, MSUB is within 2. And they got it back with a chance to win. But Mark Matthews' attempt is off. Rocky gets the 75-73 win. And that's a look at a busy week of Rocky Mountain College sports.
Well, joined now by head football coach Brian Armstrong. Special thanks to Dustin Askham for those great highlights. As always, doing a super job for us here on the Rocky Report. And Brian, a long bus trip up to Helena, tough game against the #2 team in the country. You played them right down to the wire.
Well, we had our chances. I think the opening drive they came out and we started off with a kickoff out of bounds and gave up a score on the opening drive, but we came right back offensively and were able to go down the field and kick a field goal. And it was a tight first half, and really into the third quarter we just a couple miscues, a poor snap on our own end of the field to give them a touchdown, and a couple other deals. But I thought our kids played hard. We just you got to find a way to win, and against good football teams, which everybody is in the Frontier Conference. Obviously, Carroll better than most. Is you can't beat yourself, and we're still trying to figure that out.
How about game plan? It seemed like you had some different game plans this time against Carroll than when you played them at Herb Clint Field.
Well, I thought when we played them here, again we had 4 new starters on the offensive line, and I didn't really believe that we could run the ball, and we needed to make an effort to run the ball, and we did, and we ran it, not over successfully, but just enough that we at least could be a little bit more balanced, and so that's always a plus. And the offensive line is coming along. They're still young, but they played enough games now that those those freshmen aren't freshmen. Hopefully they're about sophomores now, and an off season will help them out a bunch. But we're getting better. Again, we just got to learn to not make critical mistakes at bad times, really, is what it was.
Anything that they did surprise you? They're going to run Rinker a lot. Roach is a fairly efficient quarterback. I thought you did a pretty good job on Anthony Clark.
Yeah, again, I don't know that you ever stop great players like Rinker and Clark and those guys, but try to limit them, and I thought we did a pretty good job of limiting them. Defensively, save that first drive, I thought we did a pretty nice job for the most part. So that was good to see, and obviously some things we need to get better at, but they're a very good football team, and we just made too many mistakes, too many self-inflicted wounds.
And third quarter you come out firing, you get it tied up, and I thought you had a great shot in that second half.
Yeah, and I like I said, saved 2 or 3 snaps where we gave them 7 points and bounced a long snap off of our personal protector and a few things like that. You take 2 or 3 snaps away, and I don't know that we win it, but we don't beat ourselves for sure, and we make them win it. So That's what we got a week to figure out, is figure out how to fix a couple critical mistakes and get a win.
And that week will be the final game of the season for the Battling Bears. It'll be senior day. Coach Armstrong and I will come back after this break and take a look at that, the final game of the season against the Lights from MSU Northern. Stay with us.
It's hard to be in college and not be focused.
Being an athlete even helps you become more and more focused.
If I don't stay focused, I fall way behind on schoolwork.
A lot of homework on the bus and in hotel room.
This is one of the most formational times in your life, and so it's important to make healthy choices.
Because people who are tobacco free just do better in school.
I don't use tobacco. I feel like your body is your temple.
I don't think I'd be the person I am today if I had used tobacco products.
I'm focused on a tobacco-free generation.
Upgrade. It means your day just got better. That's the idea behind First Rewards World MasterCard from First Interstate Bank. With every purchase, you earn points you can use to upgrade just about any aspect of your life. Even better, rewards come from your world, your neighbors, your favorite local businesses. It's the difference between dining out and dining out in style, your style. First Rewards World MasterCard from First Interstate Bank. Your style, your rewards.
You live for life's finest moments, like seeing nature firsthand, teaching something old to someone new, experiencing the thrill in their face, and doing it again and again. Join us on the water in the very best boat for these moments. Tracker boats, built for life.
Montana Honda and Marine in Billings. Well, this could be a very special weekend for the Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears. The Bears have a chance to have 3 straight winning seasons for the first time in Rocky football history. And Brian, as you go into this weekend, that's got to be a goal. The playoffs are probably out of the picture right now, but to be able to do that would be something special.
It would. Like I told the kids the other day, we've done a good job of creating expectations. Not so long ago, there weren't very high expectations, and now we got a chance to have a winning season, and we're all disappointed about that and where we are. So perspective is kind of important at times, and obviously we're not where we want to be, but thank goodness we're not where we used to be. But it's really important that we come out and play this week and send our seniors out with a win and a winning season, which again, you alluded to what that would do. But to build a little bit of momentum going into the off season too is always important. So there's a lot to play for. So it's gonna be a very important ball game for us.
That almost sounded like a country song when you said that. But MSU Northern, a team that has struggled this year, got beat bad by Montana Western last weekend. Gave you a tussle up there in Havre. I mean, it was a pretty tough ball game.
Yeah, again, a game that really, into the third quarter, even the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter, could have gone either way. But again, we found a way in that game to make plays in critical situations instead of mistakes like we did yesterday. So hopefully we can find a way to put that winning formula together again one more time before this season's over.
And how special is this for you, senior day? You got a lot of guys playing their last game at Herb Clint Field, the Rocky Bowl.
We do. We've got a lot of guys, that have meant a lot to this program. Bryce Baker, the most prolific passer in the school history, and Cole Catlin, and Ryan Toner, and Tanner Hunt, and unfortunately we've got several guys that probably won't play either because of injuries and have been out most of the season or a large part of it. So that's always sad, but there's nothing like the game of football. I tell them all the time, and it's a special feeling in the locker room, and it'll be an emotional day, and it's important to me that we send these guys out the right way.
Let's go out on a winning note.
That's the plan.
MSU Northern Saturday at the Rocky Bowl. It'll kick off at noon. We hope to see you there. We're going to come back with more on the show right after this.
time to relax. The water's hot and steamy, but don't stay in too long or you'll look like a giant raisin. At least there'll be no wrinkles on your forehead because you won't be worrying about energy bills. Your water heater keeps those bills low month after month, bath after bath. So go ahead, soak away. A super efficient water heater, just one of hundreds of details that make Northwest Energy Star homes better.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good, because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them, with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
You live for life's finest moments, like seeing nature firsthand, teaching something old to someone new, experiencing the thrill in their face, and doing it again and again. Join us on the water in the very best boat for these moments. Tracker boats, built for life.
Montana Honda and Marine in Billings. You know that old song from Sonny and Cher, The Beat Goes On? Well, that's the song of the Rocky Mountain College volleyball team right now as the beat continues to go on. 14-0, they finished the regular season in the Frontier Conference in volleyball, and Coach Laurie Kelly. If I would have told you before the season, I think you can go 14-0, what would you have said to me?
Well, I thought we probably could too, except, we have to, on the road, we have to play a little harder, and everybody's really ready for us on the road, and actually everybody's just really ready for us, and this isn't a conference that just lays down and dies. I think that everybody works hard. We have great coaches in our conference, and I think they prepare well. And, we have a lot of talent on our team, but, you have a bad night, and we just haven't had that bad night, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, but hold on, you lost 2 games in 14 matches, 2 games, and that was very impressive. That's almost like domination.
Yeah, it is, and for us to, we get behind in some games, and they just come back, and, they just know how to compete, and this isn't anything I'm doing. They just bring it when their back's against the wall. Mm-hmm. When we get into a harder competition, though, I don't think you can do that. We can do that against these teams, but we can't do that against Texas Brownsville. We can't do that against Concordia. We have to get ahead of the game.
As you look at the last regular season match, you had to drive 250 miles to Helena to play Carroll College. It was their senior night, very emotional night for you. They played you pretty well that first game, and then you took over.
We did. I mean, we hit a 65. It's our low for the year. That is going to happen sometimes, and other teams are going to hit at a higher point. But as the game goes on, we'll figure it out. I feel like we just aren't setting fast enough. There's some things we need to change this week. I think we're getting, because the games haven't been that hard, we've been haven't been playing our best, and we're going to speed it up this week.
Now, this week is the Frontier Tournament up in Butte at the Hyper Complex, Kelvin Sampson Court. Do you go into this thing thinking that anybody can win it, or do you still feel you're the solid favorite?
I really feel we're the favorite, but we got to have a good weekend. At least our whole season doesn't depend on one match, and similar to like cross country, they have one shot to be an All-American. We have a body of work that we've done this year, and you're not going to take away that we beat 3, 4, and 5. If a team happens to rally and beat us, I'm sure we'll still be at the national tournament. So that's not in our favor because we know we'll probably be there anyway. These teams are all fighting for the end of their season.
You play Montana Western, a team that you've beaten twice this year. You've handled them fairly easily. Is that tough? I've never prescribed to it's hard to beat a team 3 times. My thought is that you've beaten them twice. What gives them any idea they can beat you in that 3rd time? How do you feel about it?
Well, that's what teams do to us. They serve as hard as they can, and they hope that we can get our middles involved. Mm-hmm. And teams like that probably are going to, I think they all start off really good, and as long as our block is on, once we start blocking them, they start reevaluating their hitting. And teams like Western, sometimes they don't. and they just keep bombing it, and you're just like, you know, most teams smarten up and start tipping on us. And if we can get a team tipping, we know we've done our job at the front row, and then we can dominate. So we have to have a good block. I don't know if, I mean, I don't think it was our best game against Carroll, but we got it done, and they always seem to find a way. We're not one player orientated. We have a team. Our defense is amazing. Our block is amazing, and our hitters, I mean, Aaliyah Billis had a great game. They're double teaming our middles, and our outsides brought it.
We're going to leave alone the national tournament because you've pretty much locked that up. What's it take to win 3 in a row and win this Frontier postseason title?
Consistency. We have to go in there and not make a lot of errors. We just got to play, and we do need to speed our game up. People have Yang figured out, and they're waiting for her, and somebody else has to step up, and that's the beauty of our team. We do have a full team.
You're feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
So one more tournament victory and now on to nationals. So we'll follow that and we'll talk about that next week.
All right.
Congrats,
Thanks,
Laurie. Great
Thanks.
season.
Thank
Laurie
you.
Kelly, the head volleyball coach at Rocky Mountain College. What a dream year for the Battling Bears, and it's not over yet. We're going to take a break and come back with more on our Rocky Report. Stay with us. Our student athlete of the week comes from the men's soccer pitch, where the Battling Bears are participating in the NAI unaffiliated tournament. This week's honoree is Rocky's Tanner Wolf, who scored not 1, not 2, but 3 goals in the Bears' 4-3 semifinal upset win over second-seeded Jamestown University. Wolf, a junior from Billings, had tied the game at 3 with his hat trick before Rocky got the game winner with 2 minutes left. Our student athlete of the week, Tanner Wolf. And for this week's Play of the Week, we stay with soccer as the Jamestown winner came with 2 minutes left in the game on a throw-in from Mike Wall, which found Jack Clancy near the net, and his header proved to be the game winner in Rocky's 4-3 victory over Jamestown to advance to the championship game.
All right, sports fans, it's game time at the Built Ford Tough Sales event. And when it comes to trucks, stats don't lie. F-150 with EcoBoost has smash-mouth power with efficiency. And with best-in-class payload, boom, F-150 hauls in the Hail Mary. And here's a stat, pal. F-Series has been America's truck for 37 straight years. And that's a dynasty, baby.
Now during the Built Ford Tough Sales event, get up to $10,986 total value on F-150. Only at your local Ford store.
As a student, as an athlete, it is so important to stay focused.
When I'm not on the field, I'm in the classroom. When I'm not in the classroom, I'm in the books.
So you have to focus and prioritize what's important.
The choices I make on a day-to-day basis are huge. Not using tobacco, it all benefits who I am and who I am as a basketball player.
When you step on the mat, it's only you and another person, and making healthy choices is the first step.
Without making those healthy choices, I can be held back in my performance and I can hurt my team.
It's very important how the community sees you. I'm focused on a tobacco-free generation.
Well, the regular season is over for the Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears volleyball team, ranked number 1 in the nation, the Frontier Conference regular season champs, and a lot of that is due to this young lady sitting next to me, Young, who is an outstanding player, the outstanding player in the Frontier Conference. And let's talk a little bit about the season. Did you think you could go undefeated and not lose a match?
No, I didn't think about anything this year. I just like, okay, I have to play better because it's my senior year, so I have no clue.
So you're feeling pretty good. How about the Carroll match the other night? You go up to Carroll, and you've always had trouble playing up there, but you handle them pretty easy.
Well, it's not easy game because they fight really hard because they senior night and they have a lot of people over there. So we kind of like may get a lot like errors beginning of the game, and they catch the middles really good. Like they blocked us and they follow us all the time. But we outside Aaliyah, she plays so good that night, and that was helped a lot.
Now, does every team in the league just try to take you out of the match and kind of double team you?
Yes, they do. Well, but doesn't matter. I think if I have like a really bad game and outsides, they have like a really good day. Like they will get like a double digits hitting percentage, and we still won again. So that doesn't matter to me.
How about the tournament now? You have the Frontier Conference tournament. You're going to go back up to Butte. Is this a big tournament for you?
Yes, because we won a regular season, So next we have the checklist. So next one will be the tournament. So, but it's kind of like a little bit stressed, but I think we can do this because we play like a, as a team so good and we know what do we want.
Now, you've pretty much qualified for the national tournament in Sioux City, Iowa. Was that a main goal when you went into the season to get back to nationals?
Yes, because I know my parents will come in here this year, so I want they come to see us play, like see my last year play. So that's my first goal.
So your mom and dad will be here. Tell me a little bit about that. They don't speak much English.
Nope.
So you're going to have to take them around and kind of...
Yeah, I have to like translate a little bit. Even my English is not really good. And I tried a little bit teach my parents to like speak English, but that doesn't help. So I was like...
Have they been to the United States ever before?
No, they never been in like a different country before.
So this is the first shot for them, huh?
Yes.
So what would it mean to them to watch you play in the national tournament and try to win a national championship?
Well, it's a big honor because I think they never see me play volleyball since I moved here. So I want to show them like I'm still good, I'm a good athlete, and I'm a good student.
Now, can you win the national championship? You think you've played... You know, you've played Brownsville, you've played Biola, you've played a lot, Concordia. You've played a lot of those teams. Do you have confidence you can go in and beat them?
I mean, I have a lot of confidence, but volleyball is really hard to say like I have 100% I can beat them because everything can happen in a volleyball games. So I hope we can win again and win a tournament champion, but it's pretty hard to say it.
Well, we've had lots of fun watching you this year. Good luck in Butte this week, and we look forward to your trip to Sioux City, Iowa.
Thank you.
Good luck. Young, boy, she's been fun to watch and very effective in this Frontier Conference. We're going to go to break and come back with more in our Rocky Report. We ask that you stay with us.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good, because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them, with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
I know people who do all their shopping at a warehouse store, but just because it's a great place to buy muffins doesn't mean it's the right place to buy tires. So I asked some friends. They said Tire-Rama. There's one right around the corner. Tire-Rama helped me decide on a set of Cooper tires that qualified for a $70 Visa rebate. I got an oil change and a free brake inspection at the same time. Cooper tires, a $70 rebate, an oil change, and a free brake inspection. They really are more than just a tire store.
Well, thanks for joining us this week on the Rocky Report. Remember Football Senior Day at Herb Clint Field, the Rocky Bowl, the lights from Montana State University Northern will be in town, the volleyball team up in Butte for the Frontier Conference Championships. We'll let you know more about the soccer teams and their chance to try to get to the national tournament. The basketball team under Billy Drykosen will be in Vegas for the Las Vegas Invitational against two nationally ranked teams. So another big week of athletics for Rocky Mountain College. We'll have all the highlights and interviews next week. Thanks to Brian Armstrong, Laurie Kelly, Young. I'm Bruce Parker. We'll see you next week right here with the Rocky Report.